Hi, good evening. Hi. Thank you so much for coming out to the 4th annual University of Baltimore real estate event for Pitch for $1 Million. I'm so excited to share with you guys my idea on how to renovate and solve one of Baltimore City's greatest issues. Start off with a little bit about myself. My name is Ikechukwu Opaigbeogu. Most people call me Ike or Ike. I'm an alumni of the University of Baltimore. With the business administration. I did finance for about 5 years and worked in that section. At some point, I ended up saying that my passion is actually in real estate, so I left that industry and then went into becoming a real estate agent. And I now help investors who also invest in real estate. So as a real estate investor, I come across various different clients. Some of my clients are looking for specific needs in real estate. One of my clients actually was looking for a home for their aging family. They were looking for a home specifically with a bedroom and a full bathroom on the first floor. In Baltimore City with townhouses, typically you're not seeing that. If you live in Baltimore City, you already know. So it was a challenge looking for properties for this particular client. And if we did find a property, even if you had a full bathroom on the first floor, it was still a challenge to find some way for them to even access the property, right? They would still need a ramp or some type of chairlift or some type of installation. None of these homes are actually outfitted to accommodate people who have accessibility issues. Secondly, another example is I met a woman who was renting out a room in her 3rd floor. This is a 3rd floor townhouse, so she has 3 flights of stairs to go up. Even for me, as a young man, going up 3 flights of stairs is exhausting. So I felt so bad when we got to the 2nd flight of stairs and she had to take a breath. And I was like, please take your time. So needless to say, Forever Home Renovations is a company that is a development company that is looking to renovate homes with the thought process of keeping our aging population in mind. So over the last 8 years, the Baltimore City has actually seen an increase for the 65-plus community from 12% to 14%. That's about 82,000 people within Baltimore City who need or may need accessible house living. And this is actually really important because if you think about people who are aging in the community, they may actually end up leaving the community because the city does not provide an area for them to live that addresses those needs. So it's really important for us to retain those people, especially family members who want to look after their other family members who have those issues. So why did I choose Park Heights and Park Circle to be specific? Well, Park Heights is actually one of the areas where surrounding areas have a lot of concentration of 65-plus community. Places like Pimlico, Arlington, Hilltop, these are all places with a high concentration of people who are entering that age bracket. Also, Park Heights has great amenities in the area. It's a historic district. It has the Maryland Zoo, Pimlico Racecourse, and also Botanical Gardens. So there's great attractions in this area. So let's look at 3920 Park Heights Avenue, the property in question. This is a beautiful home, or it will be. It's currently on auction, and it should go off actually on February 13th. It is a 2-floor townhouse with about 1,700 square feet above ground with a basement. It's about 4 bedrooms and 1.5 baths. It actually sits on a lot size about 3,600 square feet, which has a really large backyard. This is actually really important because this actually allows us to add an additional bedroom and bathroom on the back of the house. The zoning laws actually allow for about 35% coverage within this particular lot, which means that you can have a house sitting on about 1,260 square feet. So we double that for the house. It's about 2,500 square feet if you wanted to have first floor and 2nd floor be about 1,260 square feet. Let's go into the concept design. Here you can see that we've, thank you so much for Neighborhood Design Center, so much for coming up with this design. We really appreciate it. This was amazing. We added a bedroom and bathroom at the back of the house, and we added additional had it sectioned off with 3 bedrooms upstairs. We also added a ramp on the side as well. Because this is an extension and actually this is on a slope, there's a basement entrance in the back, so it's actually going to see 3 floors. We'd have to extend that basement entrance to accommodate for the additional space that we're adding on the back of the house. That can be used for storage or possibly a garage. Forever Homes Renovations is looking to expand this to the entire community. This is just an example property that we'll be working on that's currently coming up on the market for us to purchase, and we plan to do that for more homes. But in the meantime, while we're looking for more larger projects, we really want to help with the community in terms of retrofitting existing homes, whether that's adding extra bedrooms where possible, adding barrier-free showers, chairlift, elevators in the house, or ramps, etc. Let's get into the numbers. As a finance guy, this is my favorite part. So, as a real estate agent, I've looked at the comps for the particular areas. The highest is around 230 in terms of that particular area, and then the lowest around 175 to 185. So that means that we can actually look at evaluating costs within that area. So I've decided, because Baltimore City is block by block, each block can be its own market. It can be a challenge to actually go by those numbers. Because this property is actually going to be sitting at about 2,130 square feet after we add an addition, it's actually going to give this property one of the best properties on the block. That actually evaluated it to about 240,000. However, I'm not going to list it for this. I'll list it for 225,000 because that'll actually drive attention and market aggressively. With that price, we can only purchase this property around 27,000 to make a 20,000 profit. At the end, we use square footage of about 2,130 times 70 for renovations as if it was a full remodel. So the total cost for us would be about $177,000 to remodel the home. I've also included all this other information, which I can explain later. But ultimately, that should have us walk away with the property with $20,000 at the end. We actually expect that with the current market conditions, if nothing really changes too drastically, that we can actually put the house on the market, sell it within 7 to 10 days, and hopefully actually push that price higher because we have marketed it effectively. Forever Homes Renovations really wants to focus, or have Baltimore City focus, on renovating homes with our elderly community in mind. This is actually really important to helping build a strong community, and I hope to do that within Park Heights. Thank you.
Fantastic presentation, thank you. Question regarding the lot next door, and you're looking at your property, the lot next door. Will that ever be built on?
I don't actually know. That lot had properties on it.
It's vacant now?
It's completely been raised. It's just plain lot now.
Okay. And then any issues in building the handicap accessible ramp width-wise? Is there going to be any setback or any issues how wide you can make that ramp?
So there were some zoning rules around accessibility as well. We looked into that. There shouldn't be any issues with adding a ramp on the side of the property.
Yeah.
Question, sir. In regard to your presentation, it was good, but I have a question. You didn't provide anything on sources and uses of your funds. Did you have a different document that you were going to provide for us?
Yes, within the packet, you should see actually the spreadsheet that I actually kind of showed a snippet of. It should include everything in terms of costs.
It showed cost, but didn't say whether it was sources or uses. So that's what I'm concerned about.
Can you define sources and uses for me?
You don't know what that is?
Not in this context.
I won't define it then.
Okay.
You had mentioned that you hope to get a house for $26,000.
26 to 27.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what's it listed for? What are the chances of getting that? Just I couldn't quite understand what it currently is.
So the great thing and kind of not so great thing is that this is an auction, right?
Oh, okay.
So there's no way to actually access the building. Really, you don't know what you're buying, which is why I put a very conservative number there. You'd have to buy it for something really low to make a profit. Even if I couldn't do this complete strategy, at least if I purchased it at that number, I would still make money.
Thank you.
And I wanted to come back to you as well, in terms of sources and uses. Are you referring to how we're going to use the money in the rehab?
Sources is where you're getting your money from, and uses are what are you going to use it for?
In terms of sources, it would just be traditional lending. We can look at either hard money lending or traditional lending with BCL, which was one of the people that I was thinking about in terms of funding.
Okay, but that wasn't documented, that's why I was asking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, I was just confused. I didn't understand.
Okay.
So I think I had an awakening. So forever home renovation means you're thinking about sort of seniors and on. That's your focus? That's your mission? Is that what?
That's the focus,
Okay,
yes,
I may
sir.
have missed that. Okay, I appreciate that. Was there any, were you doing anything with the basement? Is there an existing, there's an existing basement, right?
There's an existing basement.
Is that included in your plan? You mentioned something about adding some storage in the back with the new addition, but I didn't hear anything about the basement for the existing structure.
I don't know what that basement looks like. So at most, I don't think I would furnish the basement. Really, I wanted to focus mostly on the top levels, so the above ground of the property. Extending that extra space in the back would just be for an entrance, which is why I said it would be either extra storage or some type of, maybe a garage possibly, if it has enough clearance. But I don't know what that basement looks like. It would really have to depend on what's left in the budget and what we can do with that space. It could be too low. We don't know if it's 7-foot height clearance, things like that.
And the owner's suite is the first floor rear?
Yes, there's the additional bedroom and bathroom that we'll be adding in the back
And
of
then
the
there's
house.
2 in the back on the second floor and 1 in the front.
So there's, on
the
the second
design.
floor, yes, there's 1 in the front and then 2 in the back, right? With each one has their own bathroom.
The 2 in the back have bathrooms. The 1 in the front shares?
I have to look at the plans again,
Okay.
if you have it.
I think it does.
Yeah,
I think it does.
I can't.
Okay. I got it.
yeah, you got it.
Thank
Okay.
you.